Recently, physical games have become less and less prevalent, starting with digital-only consoles such as the PSP Go and Xbox One S All Digital Edition. These two consoles were some of the first major ones to have no option to go physical. However, this didn't really feel like it was threatening physical games' longevity. However, now we have the PS5 Pro having you buy the disc drive separately, the Xbox Series S being pushed as a budget all-digital console, Xbox Game Pass, Steam, game key cards on Switch, download codes in a box. All of these things show me that physical games are on the way out, and they will be completely gone by the next generation or two. We'll either have all digital consoles, or the remaining physical games on store shelves will be the code in the box games. And for most people, they are completely fine with this. Digital games have quite a bit of advantages. They're more convenient, you don't have to get off the couch to buy games, you don't have to get up and swap the discs, you can share your entire digital game library with a friend you trust so you can split the cost of buying games. However, that doesn't mean physical should go away. In fact, in a lot of ways, physical gaming is the best option for buying games. So, first off, physical games are just better, and the fact that I have a deeper connection to my library. Sure, you guys might be able to scroll through Steam and see like thousands of games in your library to try and find something to play, but for me, I can pull a game off the shelf and have dozens of memories linked to that game. Where I was at the time, how old I was, the memories I have playing the game, losing the instruction manual of Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection after accidentally dropping it down the toilet. Pull any game off the shelf and I can instantly tell you everything about it and my experience with it. That isn't really the same with digital. Sure, you're bound to have a connection to your library, but it's mostly with the best of the best games. However, pull the worst game I own off the shelf, and I can still write an entire essay about it. Most people couldn't write a single sentence about some of the games in their digital libraries. On top of the connection to the games I own, there's also the fact that it's cool to have a shelf filled with games. Seeing all the spines neatly lined up, alphabetically, uniform, except for my dang yellow Super Mario Maker mucking up my Wii U games. Whether it's the smallest collections filled with a few games, or those huge collections with shelves up to the ceiling all filled with games, there's something special about seeing other people's collections, wondering about the memories linked to each and every game, the stories each game could tell. You might be thinking then, what's the problem with download code boxes or game keycards? They basically have everything you described. Well, to quote Scott the Woz here, if there's nothing inside the box, then what's there to enjoy about the box? This is getting into the other advantages of physical. With physical gaming, you fully own your games. This has been made a lot more known recently, but when you buy a digital game, you don't fully own it. You own a license to play the game that the company can revoke at any time. But if you have a physical collection, unless you eat the cartridge or something, there's no way a company can ever take that away from you, unless if they raid your house or something. Also, physical games take up way less storage space than digital, so you can hold on to a lot more games on your console without having to worry about spending more time managing your files than actually playing games. That's why digital code boxes and game keycards suck. Digital code boxes are just useless, man. If you're going to get a digital code, then why even worry about a box? Like, who would buy those? Ignore that. And game keycards aren't full ownership, since there's no data on the cartridge and you still have to download the game. Who's gonna buy those? This is not to say that we should boycott digital games and only buy physical games. As I mentioned earlier, there are advantages to digital, and it's all a matter of preference at the end of the day. But if you ask me, there's nothing that beats the feeling of cracking open the case of a new game, flipping through the manual, and popping the disc into the console.